have a question for your midterm exam, please give analogy and explain what is the difference between hazard and asteroids. Please mention the definition, then give an example. What is hazard and also what is risk. But please do not use this example because I have put it in the slide in the PPT.
You can use another animal.
Another animal, the tiger in the
jungle.
is a hazard. So,
Going there is the risk.
going there, so it's no. For example, please give an example from the company. Yeah, okay, better. So, to come to exciting, yeah, I think you can explain very well. Okay, for the hazard, the objective of the hazard is to find and record for hazard identification. Yeah, find and record all possible hazard that may be sent in the workplace. So, if you want to identify the hazard, you can consider a lot based on many information. For the hazard identification, we can do it before starting a new project. So, if you have a kind of project in your company, in your department, you can identify one by one based on the process. Start from the first process until the end. If you want to analyze, if you want to identify the hazard in the production line. Third, we have other problem. For example, if you have new equipment, new to process, if we have modified the layout, for example, we have a new layout, please also identification. Please identify the hazard first. And then we can make a hazard identification. We can identify the hazard if there are kind of incident or near miss. Even only near miss, better we can put this hazard to the previous checklist. Because as long as I know, if we work in the big company, they also have a record about the hazard. But if we never define this, please don't forget to write down the information about the hazard, the new hazard, because we have a new equipment, for example. Please modify, please improve the information based on the previous checklist. Okay? And then, in other company, they do kind of hazard identification during regular workplace inspection. So this is a regular inspection because sometimes, at that time we didn't consider for this because for the operator they do very well. For example, they never try to they never try to against the rules. But at that time they have other activity maybe, and this is against the rule, the procedure. That's why you can take a note. You can take a note and put this information to the checklist. Okay? Understand? After this, if we want to identify the hazard, we can try to identify based on other factors, or based on some factors. For the first, based on physical aspect. So for physical aspect, you can identify the number of slips, trips, falls, and also noise, vibration, about the temperature, high, hot, or the radiation potential, because we have a new X-ray or something like that. And then about the working at height, if they want to maintain like sailing or something, you can identify based on the physical aspect. Later, we can identify based on chemical. In the chemical aspect, based on the toxic gases and vapors, flammable liquids, corrosive substance, and also dust and fumes. Because sometimes, for example, when we want to cut, we using a showing machine. Sometimes we have a kind of, what is it? Like a scrap. Scrap. Do you know, Ahmed? Yeah. And then this is like dust. So this is, if the airflow, because the airflow, something like that, it can be problem for this station. That's why we can put as a chemical hazard. Okay? And then continue for the biological, just because of viruses, foaming, medical waste, animal diet, or insect states. Because sometimes during the rainy season, many insect kind of mosquito, and sometimes lalat itu apa? Fly. Yeah, sorry. Fly. Yeah. It is the simple things, but sometimes this is based on my previous experience when I visit when I was visiting when I visit mana itu Bromo, stay in the hotel. But at that time, it is the season for flood, musim lalat, musim musim ya. This is the season. They have many kind of flood attack. Many people. So when, for example, when they prepare kind of food in the restaurant, the flashes many. That's why at that time for the hotel, they didn't prepare like what is it, kind of all you can eat food, but they prepare like a bento lunch box. Because flash is very gilanix. Gilanix bahasa Inggrisnya apa ya? Disgusting. Yeah, something like that. Many. If you know, for example, sometimes you have like a pepper, slice of a piece of pepper, a slice, a piece of pepper, and they have like a glue. And for one piece, many. Not only one, but they prepare a lot. But still,
Fly trap itu trap.
yeah, like a fly trap, like a mouse trap. But there's only one pepper, one piece of pepper.
Sometimes they put it up with one as a line and the lalat.
Yeah, lalat, yes.
Coming and stuck there.
Something like that. But this is kind of pepper. Slice piece of pepper. Slice lagi. A piece of pepper. And they have many. At that time, that's why we decided because for the hotel, they have a preventive action. Prepare the food in a box, kind of lunch box, and give us. And then we move to the room. Bungkus. Keren ya, bungkus. Tahu ya kamu bungkus. Yeah. Take away just in a large box. Yeah, because sometimes it is kind of hazard based on the season. Yeah. And then continue for the other hazard. It is kind of other hazard. It is ergonomic hazard. For the ergonomics, I think you have studied before. It is about consideration about lifting, repetitive motion, poor workstation design, and also vibration from toes. That's why now, based on the Ministry of Worker in Indonesia, now the Ministry of Worker kind of this, they try to make a new regulation, especially for the company. they should provide a new division, not only about safety, but the company should provide other division. It means it called economic division. Because when they want to solve the problem, sometimes they need the economics to help safety, to provide a safety workplace. For example, when they want to consider about the number of lifting, if they want to consider about the repetitive motion, something like that, it is part of economics. It is not part of safety and health. That's why, based on the Ministry of Worker, I don't know the name or the full name of this ministry, but the minister, betul ya, menteri.
Yeah.
Yeah. The minister come from ITB, Institut Teknologi Bandung, and he is lecturer, professor from industrial engineering. That's why even Ministry of Worker considered about this a previous year ago, but now this year they hope they can make a kind of new regulation and then they will sign kind of agreement, something like that, something kind of rules that the company should provide not only safety division of safety, but they should have division of economics. Because many hazards, many problems about safety, sometimes they need other participation from economic point of view. And then Ministry of Worker also consider about the certification of safety. If you know, maybe if you read some of advertisement, sometimes or information from the university or from like a kind of NGO or something like that, like a consultant, they provide like a course, like a certification for the worker for to be a safety analyst, and we pay for around 8 million for 7 to 10 days, and we will join for this workshop. And then after this, after we can pass the test, we will get a certificate and certified for safety. But now, the ministers and the team from Ministry of Worker, they consider this is not a good way. Because as long as we know, if we call it as a certification, if we give a certificate as a expert, to be an expert of safety, we should have a lot of experience. We should consider about the time, the duration of the experience. Not only join for the workshop,
Not only join for 9 days of the
not enough time. Because we also have experience like this in our department. A previous month ago, our faculty, even he never teach the class about ergonomics, work system design, and also safety and health. But because they have orang terjengkel sebetulnya. Because they have relation, something like that. So the leader, please join this course. But now, and he got the kind of certificate, certified as an expert. But the department didn't decide as a safety and health lecturer. But I hope if he has this certificate, I hope he can join to be a lecturer for the safety and health. It doesn't make sense for me. But yeah, it's okay. This is your decision. This is the legal decision. But yeah, just something like that. That's why our minister from Ministry of Worker, they consider about this. But I don't know how to solve, because maybe it will be, they have a lot of kind of protest or something like that. Yeah, let's see. But I agree with this, because only for 10 days for the workshop, especially this workshop is only online, right? At that time. Online, not on-site workshop, and got the certificate as an expert. Yeah, it's strange for me, and also maybe for the Ministry of Worker also. That's why last month I have meeting with International Indonesian Economic Association with Bu Dewi also joined at that time. We have meeting in Semarang. Pak Menteri, Prof. Yasiri also discussed about this. Even this meeting hybrid, we have a hybrid meeting. He informed us that they will consider about this, about the certification. So later, if you want to join, if you want to be an expert, please consider about the regulation also. Okay, just information. And then for the another hazard, it called as psychosocial. For the psychosocial, this is kind of others, like the factors about the workplace stress and also burnout, workplace violence, and also our harassment, fatigue and excessive workload, lack of organizational support. This is kind of psychosocial aspect. That's why, for example, maybe for Ahmed, for the psychosocial aspect, he thought that safety and health more difficult than operation research, for example, something like that. Correct, Ahmed?
More easy.
Oh, more easy. How about operation research and production planning and control?
For the research, to be honest, for this section, I think it's fine.
Fine. How about this one?
Fine. Yeah, it's also fine.
Oh, that's fine.
It's like the formula is quite easy.
Oh,
For the professional research, the previous one, section 1, because the second section we didn't study about anything. So only that point I think.
oh, okay. Okay, you can continue. Jump to the next slide. For the methods, if you want to identify hazard, please also consider based on 4 options. For the first, you can make an observation, try to walk through and an inspection. Please visit the department. Please visit the workshop, so you can make a kind of note about the process from first process until the end. Or the move. Start from the kind of warehouse, consider about the warehouse first, and then continue for the production, continue for shipping, something like that. So please consider input, process, and output during the observation. And you can also try to identify how many people there. Because sometimes we should understand very well. We should understand about the process first. After this, we can identify when they want based on the previous factors, based on the economic aspect, based on the biological aspect. If we can define clearly, we can try to identify the hazard one by one based on the process. For example, if we have 5 processes, start from the first, consider for the economic aspect, consider about the psychosocial, sorry, something like that. And then continue for the next process, one by one. This is the important thing. And then you can make a consultation. You can discuss the result. Maybe for the supervisor or the worker, they can approve, make agreement, can decide, yes, this is correct, this is correct. And then please provide like an open questionnaire. So you put like a box and please mention. If we haven't mentioned before, please mention in this box. So we can add as a hazard also. Because sometimes we miss. We didn't consider about this. So yeah, we can add more. Because sometimes, yeah, for others they have a different point of view, right? Sorry, for example, if I try to looking around here, I only consider for the table, I only consider for the chair. But sometimes I forgot to consider for the ceiling. Because the ceiling doesn't have other potential vista. Yeah. Sometimes we forgot to identify the ceiling aspect, the ceiling area. We only discuss about the floor. Okay? Yeah. Based on the consultation, yeah, you can get more information better. And then you get the information from reviewing records. For the company, they also have. You can try to identify the incident reports, near-miss logs, and also maintenance reports. Based on previous experience, there are students, yeah, when they want to present a proposal, she cannot explain very well about the data. And then she only mentioned the previous accident. Only in 2022, she cannot explain the problem, the case about the accident, number of accident, types of accident in 2023, 4, 5, only 2022. Even the thesis, the final thesis, the graduate thesis, during 2025. That's why at the time I decided to fail. And then for the re-proposal, they have the similar problem. When I asked, in 2023 you have 3 cases. In 2024 you have 2 cases, for example, like that. And I asked, I give them a question to them. Please explain what kind of accident there. Oh, sorry, I left my laptop at the service. Does it make sense? No. I didn't see it. And then, okay, if you didn't bring your laptop, if you cannot show your data, please show me your chat or something with the supervisor. I left the cell phone outside. Too many reasons. Pakai alasan. Can you imagine? Too many, yeah. At that time I will decide fail. But yeah, it's okay. We can pass. But it is not a good way. Please do not do something like that. If you cannot got the information, especially for the number of the accident, type of accident, especially the data for the hazard, even if it's hazard or not, or something like that, or number of accident, kind of illness or something. If it is prohibited, if the data is confidential, please leave this company. Move to another one. Try to find the other. do not continue your thesis to this level. Please change. Please try to find others. Or of course, if you cannot find the other one, choose other topics. Move to the topics without like a case study. So maybe you can share questionnaire to the student with the daily activity programs, the activity like the daily needs for the student. You can analyze the preference, something like that, and then you can got a survey for the newbie student. Maybe it's quite easy, right? You can visit some of faculty and send a questionnaire, something like that. You said you cannot get information about the accident or something like that in the company. Please leave it. Okay? Please leave it. Sorry. And then you can get information from the safety data sheet. Yeah, it is for the safety data sheet. It is a part of reviewing chemical information because sometimes, yeah, they have some of note, and then we can import it as a new information. Because, for example, for the chemical aspects, this is not our This is not our concern, right? I think we don't have any experience about this, so you should ask. Do you have other data sheet that can explain about the chemical information or something like that? Okay. And then the rule for the worker, yeah. Sometimes, yeah. For the hazard, if you concern about the hazard, yeah, the worker are the front line defense, and then they encourage an open reporting culture. So if you got information, please report it in the company. Not only the company, but also in our school. Sometimes, yeah, if the sailing, like the bracket, sometimes they have like a kind of hang on, something like that. Yeah, please inform to the Bangi. Inform to Bangi. Do you know Bangi? Yeah, you can inform Bangi. Bangi, we have a problem with the land, for example. We have a problem with the phone. Yeah, you can inform her as soon as possible. But sometimes, yeah, say something. But when we try to apply this word, say something. Sometimes, yeah, we don't. Some of part of the faculties didn't consider about this. Gak peka. Apa ya? Gak peka, tapi kadang biar aku tahu. Bukan sensitif sih. Apa sih istilahnya peka itu?
Like when you tell them to maybe there's a problem, they didn't fix it or.
Yeah, it means that if you see something, it is something wrong. Please try to report it as soon as possible. Sometimes we didn't know. This is not my responsibility. I don't care about this. Oh, but careless. For example, if you care, if you know that it is broken, yeah, please report to the management. Yeah. Sometimes, yeah, for example, when they try to arrange the chair, the table for the midterm exam, I think you see there's some of chair also that is broken, right? Something like that. But they still put it in the class. They still use, right? I hope our staff, especially for the committee for the midterm exam, still consider this. If it is, yeah, broken, yeah, please find others. Something like that. And then, if you see something, then say something, and then you can inform to the party. Something like that. But, but sometimes from the student, yeah, if they report, yeah, I think for management, they sometimes just forget about the information. But I hope for the faculty staff, especially for the lecturer, we can complain, can take a note and then say to the worker, please change the chair on room 3.4, for example, there are 5 broken chairs. Please change the chair. So, something like that. If we have a culture something like that, we can provide a safe workplace. Okay? And then no penalty for importing safety concerns. Sometimes some of workers are afraid if we report something related with safety, it is like a performance, and they calculate as a bad performance, for example. Sometimes they're afraid. That's why in this discussion, please do not give a penalty for the reporting safety concerns. Because safety concern is the important things also based on my previous research. So based on structural equation modeling, but I only concern on the confirmatory, exploratory factor analysis and also confirmatory factor analysis. There are 5 dimensions that should be considered by the company. For the first is about the employee well-being, and then the second also about safety concern, workplace comfort, and then safety concern, environmental concern, and I forgot I have 5. We divide in the 5 dimensions. Part of this is about safety concern. This is the important things. Later maybe if we have time we can continue further. Oh, finish? No.
Jam berapa? Nggak tahu.
Sebentar.
Hah? Udah.
From another project, there were
Yeah, but okay, just minutes. Okay. And then continue for the next is hazard assessment. So for the hazard assessment, the objective is to evaluate the risk arising from identified hazard. Then determine if existing control are adequate or if more needs to be done. And then for the assessment, prioritize. So the important is prioritize which hazard to fix first. So we have make a prioritization. What is the first priority, second, third, and we will consider about the first, the second. If we have 10, for example, 10 hazard. First, if we want to make a kind of program or something, focus in the first, second, and third. Later, if we have budget, we can continue for the next. Okay? And then, how about the risk equation? For DIRA, for hazard identification risk assessment, some of references, we have 2. First, they only consider for 2 considerations, likelihood and also severity. But other reference, they consider for 3. So in this reference, they consider only likelihood and severity. But later, maybe you can find they consider about MMEA. Do you know? Manner, mode, effect, analysis. So from DIRA, they continue with this one. If they use this one, they not only consider for 2 aspects, but they consider for 3. And we call it as SOD. First about severity, and then second about an occurrence, and then last about detection. But in this slide, we only focus on 2. First about likelihood, and then second about but similar. Okay. So for our class, we will consider only 2. But later, if you try to apply this one, I think it's fine. It should be fine. Depend on the reference. If you got the reference from this one, from the journal, only for consider for 2, it's okay. If you got the information sometimes, for detection, for example, we need a lot of data, especially for the quantitative data. Because if we don't have other quantitative data, we cannot define the probability. Yeah. For the likelihood, it is concerned for the probability. But I think you have studied about statistics, right?
Yes.
We can decide the probability based on quantitative data, right? If we don't have, is it easy to find the probability?
A bit hard.
It's quite hard. Yeah. That's why most of students thought that K3, kalau K3, right? K3 easy. So at that time, many students choose K3 at that time. But after I tried to get not try, but I got please join for the proposal. At that time, not only me but some of lecturers also, they consider about this. No, this is not good. It is wrong. K3 also difficult. If you choose K3, please consider not only how to assess, but consider how to solve, how to solve the problem, especially for the priority of the list. So, because we have a priority, right? First priority, second, and then third. What is the activity to minimize the risk, to reduce the risk? If the risk decrease with the problem, it's a good risk. So you can solve the problem. Because when you have ujian konkret, like the final exam, not final project, in the portfolio presentation after the thesis, after the undergraduate thesis, you should present your learning outcome, 10 learning outcome, JPL, betul, correct. You should present, especially for the first, second, and the third learning outcome, CPL. It is part of solution based on the problem in the real case. You should present it very well based on your thesis. If you cannot define, it is one, and we find a lot of problem, something like that. Because the student explain what is the solution to minimize the risk. They only calculate the number of, they only calculate the risk, only to only doing a risk assessment only without any solution. And the solution is so normative sometimes. For example, using a glove, using a mask, without doing a bachelor degree, without doing a study in industrial engineering, I think you can solve, right? Even only if this only wear a mask or something like that. You should apply tools from IE to minimize the risk based on the priority. If cannot, please leave it. Move to other case. Okay. Now, in likelihood, for the categories, start from rare to almost certain. Sometimes some of reference they make a category 1 to 5 or something like that. And then for severity, for the ranging from insignificant to catastrophic or fatal. Ada reference also using 1 to 5 for the fatality. 1 to 5. And then for the certainty, 1 to 5 also. And then after this, if you want to decide, please consider qualitative and also quantitative data. Sometimes we need quantitative data. If it happens, for example, 10 times a month, we should try to make a category, kind of level. It means, for example, 1 only 1 time a year, 2 only, for example, 5 times a year, 3, something like that, and then 5, 1 month, 1 case, or 1 month, 5 cases, for example. So at that time, we can decide the score. Is it 1, 2, 3, or 4 and 5? Based on quantitative data. So better if you have the data, you can decide easily how to decide likelihood and how to decide severity. Most of students, they cannot provide this. Sometimes they decide the likelihood, sometimes they decide the severity only based on the interview, only ask to the supervisor, but he cannot explain why you decide 3, why you decide 4, why you decide 5 without any quantitative data. Please do not do like this. Okay? Is it easy for K3? Sometimes yes, but sometimes we cannot get information for the data because most of the company, they don't want if we put their name in the undergraduate thesis, because sometimes in the title we put the name of the company, right, and then we give information about the number of accidents, something like that, and then publish it to the journal, right? That's why it is difficult. The solution is, if they don't want to put the name of the company, you can give an initial. For example, occupational safety and health with hazard identification risk assessment, case study, manufacturing industry, something like that. Case study, what is the kind of airlines industry. Case study, a hospital in Malang Raya, something like that. You can make a kind of canvas. You can change the name, just an initial. But for me, do not use PT, ABC. No. Just mention the category of the industry. For example, the automotive industry, the maintenance company, something like that. Okay? So you can use this data without sometimes okay? And then continue for the hazard assessment. I haven't put the picture like the matrix. Next week I will provide it. Okay? And then the likelihood, I've mentioned before, for the score 1 to 5, rare to almost certain. And then continue for the significant to catastrophic 1 to 5. After this we can make the matrix. And then calculate the score. Number, the score is 12, for example, for this case. And then letter for the this level, I think low it means 1 to 4, and then extreme 17 to 25. Depend the number of indicator. Depend the score. Because for example, the highest score is 5, right, for the severity. And then the highest score for likelihood is 5. 5 multiplied by 25. Okay? And the category is low, medium, high, and extreme. If extreme, it is the priority. You should consider this first. Then continue for the high, sustain. And then continue for the medium. Okay? Ahmed, any question? Satria? Okay? Good, ya? Oke, terima kasih. This is a monitoring of hazard. Letter, if a risk is assessed, we must control. Okay? With any problem. And how to control? First, doing elimination. Second, substitution, replace the hazard with something safer. Something safer, this is like tools, something like that. Please provide. If you should modify the machine, if you should modify the tools, please modify based on your knowledge about industrial engineering tools. And therefore, isolate people from hazard. For example, if you have a machine gun, please make a new design for machine gun. Where you choose this material, where you choose this design, this shape, or something like that. Understand? And then, for the administrative control, change the way people work. For example, training. What kind of training? How many people? If possible, do the training first, and then try to analyze the effect based on the training. Other students from 22, look, if you know, her research, but under supervised by Pak Arif and Bu Rifki. I think she has a good ones for the final for undergraduate thesis, but maybe still in proposal. But maybe this semester will be continue for seminar hasil for the result. Their project, but it is not about K3. It's just about training of the staff based on human resource management. But Mbak Lulu, they try to analyze the training need analysis. They will apply training need analysis because at the inspection process, for the inspection process, they have a problem. Many reject. So based on this is like a manual inspection, but they have many complaints from user. At Federal, do you know Federal? Tire. It is a tire. The brand is Federal from Astra, and then the tire and many complaints from the user because this is just a visual inspection. They cannot use the machine, just a visual. But the staff should have a lot of experience and a lot of they need a kind of training. Company provide the training first during 1 or 2 weeks. Before the training, they have like a questionnaire, they measure the number of errors, something like that. And then doing the training first, around 2 weeks or 3 weeks, something. And then continue to apply, to review the result of training. Try to apply the result for 2 months. After that, they can evaluate the number of errors before and after the training. This is the administrative control. So we provide kind of training and change the procedure or something. If you can do this for your undergraduate thesis, I think it's possible. But if you only analyze the risk, it is not enough. Because the risk is to make sure about the problem. Here, any tools of risk is to make sure that this is the problem. The important things, and we need to analyze more details. Okay? Another, we can use a PPE as a protect the worker with equipment. This is just a normative solution. I think we thought doing this degree can decide the rumah something like that. Okay? Any question? Enough? Oh, good? Thank you. We can continue next.